She's only 10 years old, but she's worth more than some countries' GDP. Princess Charlotte of Wales is the great-granddaughter of the late Queen Elizabeth II, granddaughter of King Charles III, and quite possibly the most financially influential child on planet Earth. While most kids her age are playing with toys from the local store, Charlotte owns an $800,000 dollhouse that costs more than the average British home. Her baby rattle? A cool $18,000 in solid silver. In this video, we will dig deep into the billionaire life of the Princess Charlotte, the $800,000 dollhouse and beyond. Most 10-year-olds own toys. Princess Charlotte owns investments. Sitting somewhere in one of her family's residences is an $800,000 dollhouse. That's not a typo. £800,000 for a miniature structure that costs more than the median British home. The piece isn't just a plaything, it's a handcrafted work of art, complete with functioning miniature chandeliers, hand-painted wallpaper, and furniture scaled to perfection. Whether Charlotte actually plays with it is irrelevant. Its existence in her possession signals something fundamental about her world. Normal rules don't apply. Her wardrobe tells a similar story. Rachel Riley dresses, Peppa & Co. cardigans, Amaya Kids coats. Brands most parents scroll past on websites due to triple-digit price tags. Charlotte wears them to church. A single outfit appearance generates enough demand to crash retail websites within the hour. That pastel yellow cardigan with embroidered sheep sold out globally in under 90 minutes. The navy coat she wore to her first day at Lambrook School? Retailers couldn't keep it stocked for 6 months. Her closet isn't just clothing storage. It's a product launch platform worth hundreds of thousands annually. Then there's the $18,000 silver rattle. Her great-grandfather commissioned it shortly after her birth. Solid silver, custom engraved, probably sitting in a display case somewhere. Most babies get plastic rattles from the supermarket. Charlotte got what amounts to a down payment on a car. The pattern repeats across every category of childhood possession. Bespoke teddy bears from heritage toy makers. Custom wooden toys crafted by artisans who normally serve museums. First edition children's books signed by authors who don't typically sign anything. Each item carefully selected, often handmade, always expensive. The Royal Real Estate Portfolio. Princess Charlotte doesn't have a bedroom, she has a property portfolio. At 10 years old, she moves between 3 residences depending on what her family needs that week. Most people spend decades saving for one home. Charlotte's family rotates through 3, each serving a distinct strategic purpose. Adelaide Cottage is where Charlotte actually lives day to day. The term cottage is doing heavy lifting here. It's a 4-bedroom Grade 2 listed property on the Windsor Estate, built in 1831. No live-in staff, which by royal standards counts as modest. The family moved here in September 2022 specifically for proximity to Lambrook School and a semblance of normal family life. It sits on 655 acres of crown property, meaning Charlotte's backyard is technically a royal park. The home offers privacy without the formality of palace life. She does homework here, argues with her brothers here, exists as close to ordinarily as her circumstances permit. Then there's Kensington Palace, Apartment 1A. Calling it an apartment is technically accurate but misleading. This is 20 rooms spread across multiple floors in one of Britain's most historically significant buildings. The renovation alone cost $4.5 million. All new wiring, plumbing, security systems, and interior design. 5 reception rooms, 3 main bedrooms, staff quarters, and a private walled garden. This property serves as the operational headquarters for royal duties. When Charlotte attends official functions in London, she's based here. When her parents host diplomatic meetings or conduct formal business, it happens within these walls. The location matters. Kensington Palace sits in central London, accessible for public engagements while maintaining security and separation from civilian traffic. Anmer Hall is the weekend retreat. Queen Elizabeth II gifted this 10-bedroom Georgian mansion in Norfolk to William and Catherine as a wedding present. The property sits on the Sandringham estate, surrounded by private grounds that allow genuine seclusion. No photographers scaling fences, no tourists hoping for glimpses. Charlotte spends school holidays here, riding horses, running through fields, experiencing something resembling countryside childhood. The mansion itself dates to the Georgian era, renovated extensively before the family took residence. It's where they disappear when royal life becomes too intense. Most children ask which room is theirs. Charlotte asks which house. The 4.5 billion princess. Princess Charlotte is worth $4 to $5 billion. She also cannot access a single penny of it. She can't withdraw funds or make purchases independently. She's 10 years old. What she possesses is something more unusual than wealth. She has economic impact, and analysts have assigned that impact a dollar value. Here's how it works. Every time Charlotte appears in public wearing specific clothing, consumers rush to buy identical items. That yellow cardigan generated $3 million in sales within 24 hours. The navy coat from her school photos? Retailers reported $5 million in related sales across a 6-month period. Multiply these incidents across years of public appearances. Factor in tourism boosts from her existence. Add the indefinite future value of her influence, and financial analysts arrive at $4.5 billion. They're not calculating what she owns. They're estimating what her presence generates for the British economy. This phenomenon has a name: the Charlotte effect. It mirrors her mother's influence. The Kate effect adds an estimated $1 billion annually to the UK fashion industry. Charlotte's version targets children's clothing, toys, and family-oriented products. Brands don't pay her for endorsements. She simply exists, wears clothes, and economic activity follows. The valuation represents projected lifetime impact, not current accessible assets. Her brothers have different numbers. Prince George sits at $4.6 billion. Princess Louis at $122 million. The disparity isn't about favoritism. It reflects positioning and public exposure. George, as second in line to the throne, carries future king status, which analysts factor into long-term projections. Charlotte, fourth in line but more publicly visible due to her age and personality, generates current economic activity. Louis, the youngest at 7, simply hasn't accumulated enough public appearances for substantial impact calculations yet. None of them can touch these valuations. The money flows through the economy, not into their pockets. What Charlotte will inherit is different. The Duchy of Cornwall, currently valued at over $1 billion, traditionally passes to the heir apparent. As George's sister, she won't control it, but family trusts and private arrangements likely secure portions for her. Queen Elizabeth II's will remains private, standard practice for royals, so any inheritance from her great-grandmother stays undisclosed. Same for Prince Philip, Prince Charles, and future inheritances from her parents. A day in the life. Princess Charlotte's school day costs more than many people's monthly salary. Lambrook School in Berkshire charges approximately $20,000 annually per student. That's before uniforms, extracurriculars, or the security detail that follows Charlotte everywhere. The school sits on 52 acres, offers a 9-hole golf course, and maintains a performing arts center that rivals professional venues. Charlotte attends alongside her brothers. George pays slightly more due to age-based fee structures, Louis slightly less. The family's combined annual school fees exceed $50,000. But tuition only covers the baseline. What Charlotte receives extends far beyond standard curriculum. Her mornings start with traditional academics, mathematics, English, sciences, taught in classes capped at 15 students. The student-to-teacher ratio ensures individual attention most schools can't provide. But by afternoon, her schedule diverges from typical childhood education. Classical ballet occupies 2 sessions weekly, not a casual dance class at the local community center. Professional instruction from teachers trained at institutions like the Royal Ballet School. The training emphasizes discipline, posture, and the kind of physical grace expected from someone who'll spend a lifetime under public observation. She's learning to move with intention even when she thinks nobody's watching. Equestrian training happens on site. Lambrook maintains stables, and horseback riding isn't optional for Charlotte. It's familial obligation. Every senior royal rides. Her great-grandmother competed in equestrian events. Her grandfather breeds horses. Her father plays polo. Charlotte started lessons at age 4, and by now she's comfortable managing horses that cost more than luxury vehicles. The skill serves dual purpose, preserving tradition and providing an activity where royals can exist away from crowds. Music instruction includes piano and violin. Private lessons, naturally. These aren't after-school hobbies, they're cultural requirements. Royal events frequently involve musical performances, and Charlotte needs competency in instruments considered appropriate for her status. The training develops discipline, pattern recognition, and public performance comfort. Then there's language acquisition. Charlotte studies French and Spanish, languages selected for diplomatic utility. She'll eventually represent Britain abroad, meet foreign dignitaries, and attend state functions where English isn't the primary language. By adulthood, she's expected to converse comfortably in multiple languages. The lessons start now, while language absorption occurs naturally. Competitive sports round out her physical education: tennis, swimming, field hockey. Team sports teach leadership, cooperation, and how to lose gracefully. All useful skills when your future involves chairing charitable organizations and attending public events where grace under pressure matters more than winning. Charlotte's education isn't preparing her for university entrance exams or career prospects. It's constructing a skill set for a life that's already been mapped: public service, diplomatic representation, and visible royal duty. Every lesson, every activity, every extracurricular serves that singular purpose. Most children go to school to figure out what they want to become. Charlotte goes to school to prepare for what she already is: jet-set princess. Princess Charlotte's family vacations cost what most families earn in a year. Per week, the Wales family retreats to Mustique during winter breaks, a private Caribbean island where villas rent for $27,000 weekly. That figure covers accommodation only. Add private jet transport, security personnel, staff, and incidental expenses, and a 2-week holiday approaches $100,000. For context, the median UK household income sits around $32,000 annually. Charlotte's Christmas vacation costs triple that. Mustique isn't selected randomly. The island maintains strict privacy protocols, limits tourist access, and hosts a small community of ultra-wealthy residents and vacationers. No paparazzi boats circling the coastline. No telephoto lenses aimed from neighboring properties. The family rents Villa Antilles or similar properties, multi-bedroom compounds with private beaches, infinity pools, and staff quarters for the security team that accompanies them everywhere. Charlotte spends her days swimming in turquoise water, playing on private beaches, and existing in an environment where her presence doesn't trigger crowds. It's as close to normal childhood vacation experience as her circumstances permit, except the villa costs more per night than most hotel suites cost per month. Winter holidays follow different patterns. The family skis in the French Alps, typically Courchevel or similar resorts where privacy can be purchased. They don't stay in standard hotels. Private chalets, accessible only through gated roads, provide seclusion. The security detail occupies adjacent properties. Ski instructors provide private lessons on slopes closed to other skiers during their designated times. Even spontaneous, by royal standards, moments like hot chocolate breaks happen in venues temporarily cleared of other guests. Transport itself becomes an expense category. Private jets eliminate airport crowds and security line complications, but they cost $5,000 to $15,000 per flight hour depending on aircraft size. A trip to the Caribbean requires approximately 8 to 9 hours flight time. Do the math. The family doesn't fly commercial. The security complications alone make it impractical. Yacht excursions happen periodically. Friends and family connections provide access to vessels that rent for 6 figures weekly. Charlotte boards boats longer than her school building, featuring helipads, multiple decks, and crews numbering a dozen or more. She swims off the stern, eats meals prepared by private chefs, and explores Mediterranean coastlines from a floating palace. Here's the reality. Charlotte has never stood in an airport security line, never waited for a rental car, never shared a beach with strangers, or queued for a ski lift. Her version of roughing it would qualify as luxury for 99% of the global population. She's 10 years old, and she's already visited more exclusive locations than most people will ever access in their lifetimes. Each vacation costs more than her teachers earn annually, and this is what the family considers normal. The Charlotte Effect. Princess Charlotte wore a cardigan. Within 90 minutes, it didn't exist anymore, at least not for purchase. The item in question, a pastel yellow cardigan with embroidered sheep, retail price $34. She wore it once during a public appearance. Photographs circulated online. Parents across the UK, Europe, and North America flooded the manufacturer's website. The entire inventory sold out before lunch. The company's server crashed from traffic volume. They added the item back to production, took 5,000 advance orders, and sold those within a week. One cardigan, one appearance, $170,000 in sales, minimum, plus the immeasurable value of global brand exposure. This pattern repeats constantly. It has a name, the Charlotte Effect. The Wilcox nursery coat provides another case study. Charlotte wore a red double-breasted coat on her first day at nursery school. The brand, Amaya Kids, received so many inquiries their phone system couldn't handle call volume. Their website traffic increased 2,000% within 6 hours. The coat sold out globally in under 4 hours. Retailers who stocked similar styles reported 300–500% sales increases on red children's coats that week. Charlotte's appearance moved an entire product category. Christmas dresses follow the same trajectory. Whatever Charlotte wears to Christmas Day church service becomes the most sought-after children's dress for the following year. Retailers now monitor royal schedules, identify likely appearance dates, and stock inventory in advance. When Charlotte wore a burgundy dress with velvet details one Christmas, that specific style sold out in 73 stores across the UK before New Year's Day. The manufacturer couldn't fulfill orders until March. Shoes present particularly clear data. Charlotte wore navy Mary Jane shoes to a royal wedding. The brand, Start Right, sold 15,000 pairs in the following 2 weeks, compared to their typical monthly sales of 2,000 pairs for that style. The company's stock price increased 4.2% within a month. A single photograph of a child's feet generated measurable shareholder value. Brands actively compete for what industry insiders call the Charlotte bump. Some companies now design children's clothing with the specific hope that Charlotte might wear it. They can't pay for her endorsement, the royal family doesn't accept commercial sponsorships, but they can ensure their products reach the stylists and personal shoppers who select her wardrobe. Getting Charlotte into your garment once can sustain a small business for years. Retailers have adapted their operations around her influence. Some maintain Charlotte stockpiles, extra inventory of items they've identified as fitting her style profile, stored in warehouses ready for immediate deployment if she's photographed wearing something similar. Major department stores assign staff members to monitor royal appearances in real time, updating website product pages and social media within minutes of photographs emerging. A $12 hair ribbon she wore once now sells for $40 on resale markets. Parents pay premiums for items Charlotte touched briefly with her influence. The secondary market for worn by Charlotte items has become its own economy, with dedicated resale groups and authentication services. Right now, she moves children's fashion. Eventually, she might move entire industries. She's worth $5 billion, but controls none of it. She moves markets wearing cardigans she didn't choose. At 10, Charlotte wields extraordinary influence while living in complete dependence. The world's richest child is also its most obligated. Which part shocked you most? Share your thoughts below.